bad. Kick. Say, oh, LinkedIn. Next. Rumble. There you go. Alright. Then we got, so it's Twitch, Kick, Rumble. Oh, and I guess we are live right now. Might as well be. Might as well be. How you doing? How you doing? How's life? We're like kind of live, I guess. All right. What in the world? Very interesting. Very cool, I guess. All right. How you doing? How you doing? Can we even pull up the chat? Let's go. How are you so unorganized? Bam. There it is. All right. Oh, and all we have is one more. Okay. One sec. I got it. Did you fulfill your dreams this week? I'm excited about this weekend. Has it been an amazing weekend? I hope it has been. That's what I'm hoping and dreaming for. Absolutely. Yeah, this one. Bam. Okay. There we go. It's working. I like it. Check. All right. We got POTUS on the screen. The man, the myth, the legend, right? My goodness. How are we going to do all this? So many things. So, welcome. The internet didn't trend. Kind of panicked, I guess you could say it panicked. We got Irann drones, FISA drama, California counting. We got Yolanda. How you doing? Is that a translation? All right, that's cool. Oh, what else do we have going on? Knicks chaos, AI taking burger orders. Yeah, basically the algorithm drank like 6 espressos. Was wild, just hyped, you know. So I guess hit like, subscribe, join as a member, and drop a super chat so your question jumps into the best chat on earth right here. You showed up smart tonight. Let's prove it. Who's going to win the World Cup this year? That's a good question. And we got POTUS. We got POTUS on the screen. Is he getting some hardball questions or some softball ones? We are going to figure that one out. By NBC News, Trump says Iran hasn't made a deal because they're strong and proud. All right.
You have been saying for months, Mr. President, that Iran is begging to make a deal.
True.
They are so desperate to make a deal. Why haven't they made a deal with you yet?
Because it's a very hard thing for them. They've had great independence. They've dealt with very weak and ineffective leadership on behalf of the United States and other countries, frankly, that allowed them to get away with murder. And I think they can't believe they're in the situation where they've been virtually decapitated.
But if they're so desperate, Mr. President, why haven't they said yes to the terms you're proposing?
Strong, they're proud. There are things they...
So it's their ego. It's their ego that's stopping them, right? Is it smart? Not too much. Not too much.
Never thought they'd be doing, that they're going to have to do. They've got no choice. And it takes a little while, you know. You're talking about 47 years of getting away with whatever they wanted. I mean, this should have been done long ago. This should have been done by other presidents or other countries. It doesn't have to be us, other countries. But they were very close to having a nuclear weapon twice. That was when I terminated the Iran nuclear deal, which was a path. That deal, the JCPOA, that deal was tantamount to giving them a nuclear weapon. It was a horrible deal given by Barack Obama and really penned by him. It was a horrible deal. It was, it expired long ago. I terminated it. But had I not terminated it, it expired long ago. It was a short-term deal. It was a road to a nuclear weapon. They would have had a nuclear weapon 5 years ago.
But, Mr. President, I'm curious because when you were campaigning, you said you would rip up the Iran nuclear deal, but negotiate a better deal. Why didn't you negotiate a better deal at the time? Because after it was ripped up, there weren't guardrails and they escalated.
Dang, she's getting aggressive against this man. What did he do to her, right? We got Jacob Pascale saying F Trump. All right, all right. Does that mean you're a fan or not so much a fan? Thank you for your chat. Adam saying BS. We need to fertilize the lawn over here. Give me some BS.
Their production of enriched uranium.
Excuse me. It takes years to do these things. These people have been fighting for 47 years. They've been killing Americans. They've been taking off their legs and their arm, and their faces have been hurt so badly and so horribly. I'm moving very.
Yo, how you doing, Damage? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. How you doing, Jessica? Happy to see you in the chat.
Very fast. I'm into 3 months. Vietnam lasted 19 years. I'm into my 3rd month, and all I do is say, "Whoa, when are you going to win?"
We got Adam. Adam's not too happy, saying about time somebody was aggressive with POTUS, Donald Trump. There you go. Agree or disagree with him, chat. Adam says he gets away with lying all the time. Does he? What's he lying about? What's he lying about? Enlighten us, please, buddy. I'm good, Jessica. How you doing?
If I were a Democrat, nobody would be talking that way, but it doesn't matter to me. I've gotten so used to it. Look, we have totally destroyed their military. They have some missiles left. They have some drones left.
Do you know how many missiles?
They have burned, yes, exactly.
How many?
I don't want to tell you.
Can you give me a ballpark?
But they have some left. No, but I know almost to the number, and we know where they are, too. And we know where their drones are, and we know where their drone factories are. Most of the drone factories have been knocked out. Most of the launching pads have been knocked out, and most of the missile manufacturing areas have been knocked out. But they still have capacity. They have some missiles. They have some drones.
Still dangerous.
I would say percentage-wise, maybe 21, 22% of their missiles. It's a lot of missiles, but it's not what it was when we first attacked.
So you're saying they have 21, 22% of their missiles left?
What do you think, Chet? Is he lying about this or telling the truth? Lying or telling the truth?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
It's a little difficult to understand whether he is lying or telling the truth these days, right? Yo, user TT, how you doing, buddy?
Hello, everybody.
Got Damage saying he's telling the truth. All right.
So we had incredible job numbers today. You saw that. And we have good everything, good numbers, but the job numbers just came out and they were fantastic.
Cameraman focusing on this guy in the back right, not really focusing on Donald Trump. All right.
Far better than even anticipated. They anticipated pretty good, but they had no idea it was going to be that. And unfortunately, we're in a world where for the last 15 years...
Can't believe it. Can't believe it.
So when you have good numbers, the market goes down. When you have bad numbers, the market goes up because too much emphasis is placed on inflation. And you don't have to have inflation by having growth. We have great growth, and that doesn't...
Oh, you got your blood work? How you doing? Are you feeling better? You feeling good? How's it going?
I mean inflation. In fact, it could be anti-inflation growth. So I hope the market starts to learn that when you have good numbers, the market should go up, not down. Okay. Question?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Given those job numbers, do you think the Fed should cut rates at its next meeting? And do you think new chair Kevin Moore should
Well, I'm going to let Kevin make that decision. I'd like to see lower interest rates because each point.
I think a lot of people would like to see lower interest rates. What about you, chat? You want to see lower interest rates? By the way, we're going live every day of 2026, so make sure you like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, become a member, throw in a super chat if you want. You got a little thumbs up button right there, and you can just double tap on your screen and give this video a like to help the algorithm.
Think of this, is $600 billion. Okay, so, you know.
You said yesterday you're interviewing some candidates for permanent director of national intelligence. Who's under consideration, correct?
I have 5 interviews. Then we'll have a very good person watching things, Bill Pulte. But I have 5 interviews. So cutting rates, so just getting back to you save hundreds of millions of dollars when you take 1 point off. Hundreds of millions of dollars. 2 points, you save double hundreds of millions of dollars. And so I therefore, you know, from that standpoint. But someday we're going to have to go back to the old theory. When we're doing so good, we have more auto plants being built than we've ever had. We have more plants being built than we've ever. All these numbers are good. But when the numbers are good, we should be allowed to grow.
Is he talking about those data centers? Are those data centers good for civilians? Yes, no. Some people might agree and some people might disagree. There you go. Got Brumbus jumping in the chat saying, can I read this one or not?
Not to stymie the growth. And you know, we had a Fed chair that didn't understand that.
Financial markets now pricing in a cut actually for the October meeting.
Well, I would like to see that, but I leave that up. Look, I have a very talented guy. I leave it up to Kevin. But I've always said, and I've said it for years, when you have a country that's doing well, the market should go up. The market should, and the reason they go down is if it's doing well, people say, no, we have to stop inflation. And it doesn't mean inflation. In fact, it could be just the opposite.
So we had a hike before the midterm elections either.
Remember that we saved $600 billion every point. You know.
Why do you want Bill Pulte to cut the?
Say it.
Why do you want Bill Pulte to cut the office of the director of national intelligence? And how long is he going to be in that role?
Depends on how long it takes to get somebody approved. He'll do a very good job. He'll watch it closely, but Bill Pulte is very good. He's very talented. Done a great job at Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. The value there is close to $1 trillion. We built a value that's incredible. So he's done a very good job in that. He'll do a good job. He's watching for, you know, during this time period.
And you want to cut the number of people working there?
I wouldn't mind. I've heard that.
Oh, come on, Tammy. We got to have some optimism, right? You can't be so sad on yourself. Tammy's saying we are effed either way. No, we're going to get better. We're going to get better.
Way too high for way too long. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. If he cut, I wouldn't mind that.
Sir, on artificial intelligence, are you considering the possibility of the U.S. government taking stakes in some AI companies?
Well, it's something. I did it with Intel. So I made a deal on Intel. You know, I made for the country $50 billion. We took a stake in Intel. It was given to us by our helping. I said, look, we'll help you, but you have to give us 10% of the company. That was Intel just 9 months ago. And as I think you know, we made about $50 billion on that deal.
Would you want to do it?
I did a very good job. I should be a stockbroker.
Yes, sir.
Is he related to Pelosi by any chance?
I want to change the subject if you don't mind. Did you get a chance to watch Game 1 of the NBA Finals? What do you think?
I did. Well, I'll be going to Game 3. I guess it's Game 3 on Monday. I thought it was amazing. I think the Knicks have an amazing team. The way they played. It started off slow and it just got stronger and stronger.
There we go. We got God has blessed Trump and the USA. There you go. Well done. Well done.
Wemby looks like he's going to be a great player, but they really played well, I thought.
Quick follow-up. Did you see Wemby crossing his arms during the U.S. national anthem? Did you have any thoughts on that?
I did not see that. Is that what he did?
He did, yes.
What did he mean by that?
Nobody asked.
Well, I guess you have to ask him.
Well, who's your favorite favorite Knick?
Well, Brunson's fantastic. Towns is fantastic. They just have a great team.
What do you think that the game you're going to, the cheapest price for the game 3 you're going to is $8,000? Everyday Americans can't afford these sports.
Well, I know, but they can watch it on television. It's sort of semi-free to watch it on television, but that's the way life goes. You know, you have some, and now if the team wasn't a big success, you could go very easily. So you know, you can do that too. But that's the way life is. You know, they've had great success, and don't forget they've suffered also losses, and they've suffered during the bad time. Now they have a good time. They have a team that's amazing. I don't think they've lost a playoff game, right? Very unusual. Has that ever happened before? Has anyone ever had this kind of a run in a playoff game? I don't think so.
On the new promenade you announced yesterday, Mr. President,
Yeah.
where is the funding going to come from?
It's not a lot of money, and it's going to be beautiful. You know, it's always been, the Lincoln Memorial has always been very tied to the Potomac River, but they built 2 roadways behind it, unexpectedly at the time, many years ago, but after the memorial was built. It used to have a tie to the river, and then the highways cut it off, and we have a really beautiful
Drastic Plastic has joined the chat. How you doing, buddy?
plan where it goes over a beautiful series of platforms.
We got Private Eye 007 saying that White House press corps are an embarrassment. Please explain yourself. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the camera technique or the data being shared?
That bring you right down to the river. It's beautiful.
Where the funding?
It's a promenade. It's a beautiful promenade. Well, it can come from we have a lot of sources of funding. We won't have to go back to Congress or anything. We have a lot of sources of funding, and a lot of people have asked me to stay involved with the Kennedy Center. We had a judge who's totally conflicted, but that's all right. He's a totally conflicted judge, should be ashamed of himself. But they've asked me in the strongest of language to stay involved with the Kennedy Center. We want to see, because the building will, it's very dangerous, number one. Number two, it was losing for years tremendous amounts of money. So I'm considering that. But a lot of people have asked me to get it fixed. We have to fix the Kennedy Center, or both physically and from the standpoint of attendance.
Mr. President, on oil and gas prices, I know you're saying that the oil prices and gas prices will fall after the conflict ends. Would you limit exports of gasoline if prices in the short term?
I can do a lot of things. So we have a lot of alternatives, but the beautiful thing from our standpoint is we have more oil and gas and coal and everything else than any other country on the planet. And then when you add...
All right, so we have more gas and coal than any other country on the planet. But for some reason, gas prices are pretty high. Still pretty high. Yeah, a few people have said, it's kind of all... take the median of all these gas prices and then, try to even out the level playing fields. But who said on the last live stream that Iraq was spending, how much were they spending? Like 8 cents a gallon or 15 cents a gallon, something outrageous. Like, I got to double check that before I say it. That I could just be lying right now. I'm gonna double check that. User TT saying 381 in my area. Iron Washington saying 649 a gallon in the windy city of Chicago. My goodness. Pump up those bicycle tires, y'all. We're gonna start pedaling. Get in shape quick with these gas prices.
Venezuela to it. We have probably 64% of that type of energy. That's unbelievable. The Venezuela is working out very well. We're getting along incredibly. The country is happy. The people love the USA. And we have a lot of, the big oil companies are moving in there now as we speak. And we're going to be taking out millions of barrels of oil.
Are U.S. oil majors doing enough to boost output in the U.S.? Are you asking them to do more?
Sure they do. Well, we have...
Robert Reeves, how you doing?
We have everything we need. The world doesn't. But I will say, people thought it was going to be a lot worse. Today I looked at $96 a barrel. People thought that was going to be $300 a barrel. And in the meantime, we're having great success with Iran. They're not going to have a nuclear weapon. and they're in no position to have a nuclear weapon.
Senator Tillis said he won't support Todd Blanche's confirmation unless Todd Blanche condemns January 6th. Do you have a reaction to that?
Senator Tillis is a loser. That's why he didn't run. He didn't run because I wouldn't support him. And he's just an angry man because he's not going to be a senator any longer. He wasn't respected in the Senate. He fought a lot of people. He fought Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth turned out to be a gem. No, Senator Tillis is a loser, stone cold, and he's an angry man because I basically, he was forced to leave the Senate because I wouldn't support him, and he quit. So now he's trying to make trouble by, opposing.
Okay, never mind. That was way off. In Iraq, it's about $1.30 per gallon. Yeah, but still $1.30 per gallon, right? It's pretty inexpensive right there.
Anybody, Todd Blanche is.
By the way, we're going live every day of 2026, so make sure you like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, become a member, throw in a super chat if you want. Talk to us, POTUS.
A brilliant guy who everybody likes and everybody respects. And Tillis is always like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. He should have done it before when he was a senator. He would have gotten wiped out in a race.
All right, so what he said earlier about lowering interest rates. So what's the arithmetic? 1 percentage point lower average interest rate, interest cost on about 31 trillion US dollars of publicly held debt would equal roughly 31 trillion times 1%. So that's $310 billion per year with a 1% point lower average interest cost. Okay.
But he needed my support, and I said I can't give you my support. He's not qualified. He's not good for the position of senator. I didn't hear about what he did with Todd Blanche. Todd Blanche is fantastic.
Sir, on the AI companies potentially taking these equity stakes, have you spoken to Sam Altman or any?
No, there's a concept out there. There's so much money, and it's so big that there are concepts where pieces could be given to the American public, where the American public essentially becomes a partner with the companies. And I will tell you, yeah, I have spoken to all of them. There's something very interesting about it, where it almost becomes a partnership with the American public. And we'll look into that. We are looking. I actually have a meeting scheduled in the very near future with, did you know that, with all of the companies, and we're talking about it, where the American people can
You got to talk about it, got to negotiate. That's absolutely accurate. So lower rates can save America hundreds of billions, but only if inflation stays controlled and bond markets trust the policy. Otherwise, the savings can turn into higher prices and higher long-term borrowing costs.
benefit from the success of AI. And by doing that, they're going to like it better. Because we're leading China. We're leading everybody in the world with AI.
Leading. We got Aaron Levi jumping on the chat saying Republicans used to protect free speech. Trump's administration is the most anti-free speech one in my lifetime. It's a joke to think they have conservative government principles. Haven't heard that one yet. What do you mean by? Are you talking about Sean Strickland, the White House situation? Is that what what are you talking about exactly? Let me know, buddy. Thank you for your chat. By the way, we're going live every day of 2026. Like, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Come, remember, throw a super chat if you want.
AI, and we want to keep it that way. It's probably the biggest industry maybe that we've ever seen.
Which companies in the meeting?
All of them. All the big ones, yeah. All the big ones. They're all coming to the White House probably next week.
And is the idea that that would be dividends for the Americans?
I don't know. We're going to see. I mean, we're going to see. Sort of, it's like you make them a partnership in this revolution. It would be a beautiful thing, and it would make them rich.
Senator Bernie Sanders proposed this 50% managed public-private partnership.
Well, I've been talking about it for the last year.
But is it odd to be kind of on the same page with Senator Sanders?
No, actually, when Bernie Sanders was taken advantage of with Hillary Clinton, and he lost in the primaries. Because a lot of people think he didn't lose. I mean, he had two of them, right? He lost then, and he lost the second time with Biden. But when Bernie Sanders lost, you know that I got many of his people. They voted for me. Because we are on an economic plan, as far as economics is concerned. We have certain things that aren't that far apart. People are surprised. But many of you, if you
That's very cool. It's a very cool thing to recognize that he's got a lot of similarities with Mr. Bernie Sanders. He's got some cool ideas, Mr. Bernie Sanders. Some wild ones, allegedly, but some very cool ones.
You'll take a look. Many of the people that voted for Bernie Sanders, when he was no longer there to vote for, they went to me.
There you go.
I picked up a tremendous amount of his voters.
How much oil have you gotten through the strait with the help of naval escorts? And are you directing U.S. forces to guide those ships through the strait, more tankers through the strait?
A lot. I don't want to say how many, but a lot. A lot of oil is coming into our country, and a lot of oil is coming into the world that people don't even know about. And that's why it's at $97 a barrel instead of $300 a barrel. And when that whole thing is straightened out, it shouldn't take long. One way or the other, it's going to get done. And when it's all straightened out, you're going to have oil prices drop down to maybe even lower than they were. And you've heard me say this, I was in Iowa, and for a gallon of gasoline, it was at $1.85. And that was 3.5 months ago.
Last year, the FBI reopened its investigation into the cocaine found in the White House during the Biden administration. Have you been briefed on where that investigation stands?
No, but I might ask about it. I might ask. You mean in the shelves where they found the cocaine, actually? No, I might ask about it. Sorry.
Have you made a decision on the arms sales to Taiwan, that package, the worth of millions?
That's a very nice way to answer a question. Not saying like, no, I'm not going to talk about that, but saying like, I might ask about that, not to. So I think that there's a special thing that Trump does whenever he's talking to certain people that he respects or moderately respects. He doesn't just like shut them down by saying, no, man, I'm not going to talk about that. That's what an idiot would ask. He says, I might talk about that. Kind of smooth in that little deflection he did there.
We're looking at that. Yeah,
Are you
we're
still
looking.
planning to talk to Taiwan's president about it?
I'll always talk to him, but we're looking at it.
What was your reaction to John Bolton agreeing to plead guilty in the classified documents?
Well, I was never much of a fan of John Bolton. I never thought he was a smart person, and he was a radical right in terms of war, not in terms of other things. He wanted to go to war with anybody that opened their mouth, anybody that talked. And I used him for a purpose. He was involved with Bush, and he created a lot of problems. But he always wanted to kill people in war. And that was okay for me as long as I didn't listen to him, which I never did. He's a bad guy, John Bolton. He's a dirty guy, and we caught him. We caught him. And, he wrote a book. You look at all the information he took. I mean, if you look at that case, it's a great honor to have helped from the standpoint of encouragement. I looked at John Bolton as somebody that was a very dishonest guy and not a smart guy. And I guess he's paying the price for certainly being dishonest.
You mentioned the Kennedy Center, sir. How do you want to be involved moving forward?
Well, the same way it is. I'm the chairman, so we'll just keep it going. Somebody has to do it. It loses a lot of money. It has for years. It's lost hundreds of millions of dollars for years. And yet it's something you have to keep going. It's the arts. They all lose money. Carnegie Hall. You take a look at all of that kind of thing loses. So they really, everybody they want me to say very badly. So we're gonna take a look at
You also
it.
mentioned Fannie Mae.
The judge really hurt the Kennedy Center because he slowed down. We're gonna spend a lot of money on fixing it and making it.
That's a funny one. We got Simac jumping in the chat saying Trump, the king of Democrats. We got the funniest chat in the world, the best chat in the world. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, become a member, throw in a super chat if you want. And do you agree with Simac?
bringing it back to health, and the judge really made it very hard to do that. But I'm going to look at his ruling on that. But we have to bring it back physically. We have to bring it back, and we have to bring it back in other ways. So
you got DS6106 saying worst president ever, Obama the Great. Go Obama. There you go. What do you like about Obama? We got user TT jumping in saying Obama the first rainbow president. There you go.
We'll take a good look at it.
You mentioned Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac.
Yeah.
With Pulte's move-overs now acting DNI, is an IPO off the table?
No, it's not. We're thinking about an IPO for that. It's not a rush, but we've created a term. You know, I could have sold that for literally less than 10% in my first term. I was offered, a lot of people were offering me money, to me, meaning the country, to buy Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, as you know. And it suffered tremendous hardship. And then we built it back. And I could have sold it in my first term for 1/10 of what it's worth now, and I didn't want to do it. Now I think we would consider an IPO, yeah.
And he would stay at, he would potentially...
No, he'd be there. No, he's staying there.
So then who are the people you're talking to for DNI? Can you give us
I'm
some
looking at 5 different people, all very good, all people that you know very well, all people that do that kind of thing, and they're very respected people.
Mr. President, what do you think about Major League Baseball owners pushing for a salary cap? Do you think it's time for baseball to have a salary cap?
Baseball, kind of important too, right? So as far as that John Bolton and Trump situation, Bolton was not a left-wing Trump enemy. He was a Republican insider and foreign policy hawk who turned into one of Trump's sharpest conservative critics after leaving. His 2020 memoir was highly critical of Trump. There you go. You drop the heat. Get ready for the consequences. And the Trump administration tried to block it over classified information claims. You got to protect your reputation, right? So what does that lead to? Their relationship is best described as temporary alliance, ideological mismatch, ugly divorce, and now personal and legal warfare. My goodness. Wishing the best for both of them. Mr. POTUS, Donald Trump, and John Bolton. We're going live every day of 2026. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, become a member, throw in a super chat if you want. Talk to us, POTUS.
Don't they sort of have one? Don't they?
It's a luxury tax threshold, but the teams that have the money are willing to spend it.
Well, if you don't have a salary cap, you don't have a sport, because they can't help themselves. You know, in sports, they can't help themselves. Football has a salary cap.
Every major professional league except Major League Baseball in America.
They should have done it a long time ago. I know so much about sports. They should have done it a long time ago. We're trying to help.
Trump knows a lot, man. He knows so much about sports. It's amazing. Very smart man.
Save college sports, because they got some rulings that really essentially destroyed college sports. And we're working with Randy Levine and Nick Saban and some great people on trying to save it, because it's...
Got Adam71 Souls saying, love to Trump from down under. From down under. Also known as Australia. Probably near the Gold Coast, catching some waves. Oh man, that's awesome. Haven't been to Australia yet. So it's probably pretty cold over there right now, right? Because you guys are on the other side of that hemisphere. When it's summer on the northern side, it's winter on the southern side. Stay warm, my friends. Stay warm.
So horrible.
What do you think could happen if this NIL just gets completely out of control and nobody checks it?
Well, I think what's going to happen if you don't have what they're trying to do now, that's sort of a cap in a certain way. If you don't have that, you really have a problem at not only college sports, colleges.
Sorry, connecting rabbit holes. How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. I was talking when you wrote something.
Where you see where Penn State lost $500 million, where a certain school that I like very much in Florida, they lose $400 or $500 million. You can't.
That's not good. They shouldn't be losing money at those schools. What do you think, chat? We got to do something about that school system.
You can't have that. Nobody can afford that because they go crazy. That's why when you say Major League Baseball, it's shocking, frankly, that they didn't put a cap on many years ago. They had a chance to do a cap and they blew it.
Sir, on Ukraine, now that Zelensky has proposed a face-to-face meeting with Zelensky, do you still want them to go first before the U.S. gets involved in talks?
Well, I don't mind. I mean, it's let them deal. I'm the one that got him to this position.
Thank Trump. You can thank Trump for that, right? Got Damage jumping on the chat saying James Garfield was the greatest president and a great Ohioan. There you go. Shout out to James Garfield.
And I think that's going to get worked out. I think.
Connecting Rabbit Hole says Europe for President Trump. A lot of Europeans like Trump. There you go. All right, what's going to happen between Zelensky and...
We're getting close to where Russia, Ukraine should have. It's a war that should have never happened. Would have never happened if I was president. But I think that's going to get worked out. Yeah.
Will Secretary Rubio take a more active role, or do you expect
He'll be involved. I'll be involved. JD, everybody. We'll all be involved. We want to see it done. You know, we're not spending money. They're buying things from us, actually, at full price. With Biden, he gave them everything. Just gave them hundreds of millions of dollars of weapons and everything else. But it's a...
What do you guys think about that? Was that the right thing to do? What Mr. Biden did?
War that should have never happened, and it's a war that has to be... Last week, 25,000 people, over the course of the month, 25,000 people were killed. Russia, Ukraine, 25,000.
We got Aaron Levy jump in the chat saying, I like that our government is like a pawn shop now. Just selling merch. There you go. Just selling merch. Might as well. Yeah. Capitalism. There you go. We got Aaron jumping in the chat again saying Trump's sports opinions are some of his dumbest takes. He's still mad no league ever let him have a team.
1,000. It's not acceptable. Not acceptable. Thank you very much. Have a good time.
Traveler saying his oil deal with Russia and OPEC during COVID funded the war. My goodness. What a man. What a man. We got Jack Keane saying we have to return to full combat. Come on, man. Honestly, we got to find peace. What's going on?
All right. Iran is saying no tangible progress is being made in the peace talks as Hezbollah rejects the Israel-Lebanon truce. But President Trump says he's hearing something very different. Watch.
I will tell you, they called us and they said, how about
Busting out the yellow tie. There we go, buddy.
stopping? And I think you're going to see things happen over there. That's been like a little bit of a different world, but it's interconnected with Iran. And it would be really nice if Lebanon could have some peace.
The president was referring to Hezbollah called him, but they don't want peace. Let's bring in four-star general, Fox News senior strategic analyst and chairman of the Institute of Study of War, General Jack Keane.
Who exactly doesn't want peace? Hezbollah? Is that what he's saying?
General, it looks like we're being the whole thing is stalled. Any of these peace talks. We're now in our 8th week. Where do you think of a ceasefire? It's supposed to be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What's next?
Well, first of all, let's just start with the fact that in close to 50 years, only one president has taken consequential action against Iran and their predator behavior in the region, and that's President Trump.
Archangel says somebody doesn't want peace. They just want land. There you go. Agree or disagree, chat.
Obviously, 5 weeks of epic fury and a naval blockade has devastated this regime militarily and economically. But they're down and they're not out. And the truth is, they suggested we go into this diplomatic mode because when they shut down the Straits of Hormuz, they said we can work out a deal and we'll open it up in 2 weeks. Well, here we are 8 weeks later, they've never opened it up. And they keep kicking out the idea that we can make a deal. And I think we have to accept the reality that's just not going to happen. They have one motive in mind here: stretch out negotiations as much as possible, get as close to the political situation in terms of midterm elections, and there will be less likelihood that President Trump would ever pull the trigger and go back to military operations. I believe that is their unstated strategy, their public strategy. Oh, we're going to make a deal. We're interested in making one. I think we have to accept after 8 weeks, this is really not going to happen. And even if we did make a deal, we can't throw them a financial lifeline that'll help them to recover financially, because then they'll be...
Connecting Rabbit Hole says 3 ships blocking the whole Middle East. Is that what it is? Only 3 ships?
Systematically, in time, reverse everything that they signed on a dotted line saying they would do. And we know that because they've always cheated in the past and they'll cheat in the future. I think we've got to come to the reality that we have to return to military operations. When we stopped, we had about 2 weeks left. And the IDF and Central Command believes they have 10 to 14 days left to be able to finish offensive operations that were assigned to them. And now we actually have more targets. And the reason is because we've been monitoring them for 8 weeks. We have lots of intelligence. And obviously they've been recovering their military capability during these 8 weeks as well. But we've been monitoring that. So what I'm suggesting is if we go back to military operations, and I believe that's the preferred option, I think we should return to full combat operations. There's going to be suggestions we just do
James jumping on the chat. Got to read that a few times to see if, yeah, never mind. I can't read that chat. But do you agree with James or not?
a limited operation or a small
No offense, James, but I just...
operation to kind of get their attention. And here's the caution. The caution is Iran's going to retaliate regardless of whether we go small or go big. Let's go big, take down as much of their capabilities we possibly can, and get these guys as close to collapses as a military operation can possibly achieve. And then with economic pressure, we can put this regime truly on a pathway to collapse. I think that is the best option in front of us.
General, from everything I've read and from what we've seen, I think it's the only option. The other thing that you've been monitoring close, and I always read the Institute of Study of War every single day. It comes out 2 or 3 times a day on all the hot spots in the world. And what Ukraine is doing is the most underreported, fantastic story in the world today. And now President Zelensky, in an open letter to Vladimir Putin.
I'm good. Thank you, buddy. How are you? Thanks, man. Happy to have you on board. W's in the chat for James.
And proposes a face-to-face meeting for a full ceasefire.
Traveler says you can't win without boots on the ground. There you go. There you go.
As Russia continues to go after civilian targets because they can't hurt the military. Your thoughts about a one-on-one meeting, and maybe you should tell our audience how effective Ukraine has been.
Yeah, well, there's been a major turnaround in the war. Russia has started their spring and summer offensive, and it has failed miserably. They are losing more territory than they have the ability to take, and that means that Ukraine is on the offense and is retaking territory. They've actually also, despite the dominance of drone warfare, which led to positional warfare on the ground as a result of it, no operational maneuver, no tanks, no fighting vehicles, Ukraine is returned to tactical maneuver. They figured out how to suppress Ukraine's drones at the same time maneuver with those tanks.
Did anyone ever fact check that about the Ukraine and Russia situation where some company got a huge contract to rebuild all of these cities that are getting destroyed by these devices? Trying to keep it PG over here, but so basically, you know, those devices are going to destroy the city, and then someone has to live there, so they have to rebuild the whole infrastructure and the buildings and the houses and all those types of things. And one company in particular got a huge contract. And is that accurate, or is that not accurate? What do you think, Chad? Did you hear about that one? Oh, there is no master rebuild contract handed to BlackRock, Bechtel, Halliburton, or anyone else, allegedly. Ukraine's rebuilding is being structured through many funds, loans, public tenders, private investments, and sector contracts. All right, so the real players Ukraine plus U.S. Reconstruction Investment Fund. Okay. Number 2, EU, World Bank, UN, Ukraine government. Number 3, Bechtel and ACOM. Wait, that's contradictory because you just said BlackRock, Bechtel, Halliburton, anyone else they're not in the master rebuild contract, but you're just saying they are here. Okay. Oh, and number 4. What a surprise. BlackRock, JP Morgan, McKinsey. Very cool. Very cool. All right. You guys hiring? What about peace, man? Just do demo the old way. All right. So, the biggest money may not be in pouring concrete. It may be in financing, insurance, energy grids, minerals, logistics, ports, telecom, drones, defense tech, and procurement management. What do you think, chat? Agree or disagree?
Thanks.
And by the way, we're going live every day of 2026, so make sure you like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, become a member, throw me in a super chat if you want. Oh, oi, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Look this up and play it. How Prophet Lovey Unlimited Wisdom. Okay, let's check it out.
Supported by artillery or supported by drones, and obviously infantry on the ground. So the war has changed, and for the first time ever, Putin cannot replace the number of casualties he's taken. In other words, he's taken more casualties than he has people to replace them. And obviously that's diminishing returns. And he's in a bind. And economically, he's hurting despite all of the bluster that they have at the St. Petersburg Economic Conference just held recently, telling the world what...
Putin, what do you want to put in this place? We can put in a lot of things.
Sometimes life will feel like you're pushed to the edge. I know that.
Is this the one you're talking about? Or you're not talking about this one? Oi, oi. Let me know if it's this one. I'll go back to here.
What kind of great shape they are. It's just a bunch of hooey saying they've had 10% growth and they're solid economically. Quite the opposite is taking place here. So Ukraine has a momentum in the war. It's turned around completely. So this false narrative that Russia's winning.
Okay, so it is that one then. All right, let's check it out. Let's check it out.
That feeling. There are times it feels like you can't even breathe. There are times you don't even know where to turn to. That is the best time because the only way you can look is heaven. That is where our help comes from.
Yeah, buddy.
Look at your neighbor, say, my help comes from the Lord.
My help comes from the Lord.
I can't hear you.
My help comes from the Lord.
I can't hear you.
My help comes from the Lord.
I can't hear you.
My help comes from the Lord.
He's lying. He can hear him. He can hear it. He just wants them to repeat it. This guy's funny.
Help only comes from one place alone. Never forget who is your source. Never forget what is your source. Never forget who has orchestrated your life. Sometimes life will feel like you're pushed to the edge.
All right, that's pretty cool. I don't think that's the one you wanted me to say. Oh, he is wearing You always send me these funny ones, dude.
In the war, let's put that aside.
I'm gonna find it.
It never was the case, and it surely is not the case now. The advantage of momentum is on the side of Ukraine. Russia is using...
So what is wisdom itself? As I said before, wisdom is an attribute of God. It's a part of God. It is who God is. The Bible actually asks you to pray to be given wisdom. Wisdom is who He is. Intelligence is not wisdom. Wisdom is putting together God's formula that doesn't make sense to anybody else, but it works. When you have the spirit of wisdom in the company that God has planted you in, the company that you will have, business deals that you will have, if you have the spirit of wisdom, you will realize what the need is and you will intercede before time. Joseph is sold into slavery. he is bought by a man called Potiphar. When he begins to work in the house, Potiphar...
Oh, man. Oh, did you send it on the Discord? Okay, I got to check that out. We got Unc James saying John 14:6. And that one is, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. And that is a central passage emphasizing Jesus as the sole path to the Lord. There you go.
Attacks on civilian populations to deflect and diffuse the international public's awareness of what is actually happening on the ground. And the principal thing they're using to hurt the population is ballistic missiles. And they're doing that because they know Ukraine has a shortage.
Tebow's a great person. Great man. Great man.
Of intercepts in doing that. These, particularly the PAC-3 Patriot intercepts. They fly hundreds of drones at Ukraine. Ukraine takes down 90% of them. Ballistic missiles, 15 to 20% only. The rest are getting through. And some of that obviously is hitting the target. Some miss the target. But the reality is they need intercepts. And what Ukraine is offering, give us the licensing rights to manufacture these PAC-3 intercepts ourselves. They've already made long-range missiles, offensive missiles. They want to build defensive missiles. So we don't need Raytheon or Lockheed Martin to build them for them. They can do it themselves. Just give them the licensing rights. I suggest Ukraine turn back 25% to the United States as a result of the deal, and they keep 75%. This is a no-brainer.
Faux Hugh saying, go Gators. There you go.
Solution.
Yep.
Let's just get on with it. And it's about Ukraine helping themselves here. And taxpayer, no exchange whatsoever. Ukraine can take care of this. That's other things we need to do. Certainly upgun them through NATO on the other things that they need, and hit them hard with sanctions. We got Russia taking a knee here. Let's really punish them.
I hear you. General Jack Keane, give them the licenses and let them win. They are the good guys in this. And Putin is losing, support amongst his own elites, too. General Jack Keane, thanks so much.
General Jack Keane, there you go, buddy. What a cool helicopter. My, oh my. Oh. Oh. My goodness. Let's see if this will work. Wait, I was looking for that, but I don't know. I think let me redo the title to you, because the title was something else. Oh, you want to see some protesters? We can show you some protesters. And the title says equal lefts and equal rights.
What's it like defending pedophiles here, bro?
You see, like, whenever you start attacking people, like, there's something bad is bound to happen. Like, you can't just keep on pushing people and just expect, like, oh, not like, that's not peaceful. That's aggressive, right? What are you guys doing, man? What are you guys? I don't know, ganging up on some dude, and then he gives you some lefts and he gives you some rights. Do we have proof of this, this thing we're gonna watch right here? Is there proof or no proof?
Trump fumes at Netanyahu. You're fucking crazy. You'd be in prison if it weren't for me. I'm saving your ass. Everybody hates you now. Everybody hates Israel because of this. Donald Trump confirms he told Benjamin Netanyahu that he's fucking crazy on a phone call. I did. I wasn't angry, but I was a little perturbed. Big word.
They've already agreed they're not going to have a nuclear weapon.
Have they?
Oh yeah, they've agreed to that. That was the big thing.
How do you know the people you're talking to there are actually the people making the decisions?
So we had various...
Is that an Australian accent that girl's talking? She sounds kind of Australian right there.
question.
levels of people, and the first set is gone, the second set is gone. We know they're the people that are leading the country right now.
Is it the gay Ayatollah?
He's involved, absolutely.
Really?
Is it the gay Ayatollah? Did she really ask him that?
They have a lot of respect for him.
She's talking about the oh man.
So is he's compos mentis? He's not sick in hospital in a coma as we've been
Well,
told?
I don't know. I haven't had the privilege.
Well,
I'm not hearing he's doing great, missing a lot of different parts, but we seem to be getting along quite well.
Now, Axios reported that you had a phone call with Bibi Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, in which you were angry with him. You said, "Are you effing crazy? What are you effing doing? I helped you stay out of jail." Is that true? Did you speak to him in those terms?
I did. I wouldn't say angry. I was a little bit perturbed at his
Damn. So he actually said
constantly
that shit.
fighting with Lebanon. At some point, I said, Bibi, we got to stop this. We got to stop it. Now I have to make a determination. Do we sign a deal or we do it the other way? The other way is not nice.
What will the other way achieve, though?
Certainty. It would be over.
That's a good answer.
Talking like a man who's got some strength behind him right there, right? Hopefully he doesn't have to get to that point. 2045, Baron Trump. Think he's going to be president? You never know.
There wouldn't be any bullshit. There wouldn't be any talking.
Damage saying we don't play that in Ohio. It truly is FAFO. Talking about those protesters ganging up on that single protester. Yep.
Wouldn't be any delay. I'd rather do it the nice way from a humanitarian standpoint.
Can you do it just with bombing the other way?
You don't have to. We don't need boots on the ground now. Well, we did it. We wiped out much of their military with just bombing. We didn't put anybody on the ground. You don't want to do that. You're so far away. You don't want to do that.
If for 2028, the Democrats, who knows who they're going to field? They don't have a great candidates, but you have a
Lone Wolf and Cub has joined the chat, y'all. All right, I can read it. Imagine being so unintelligent you think another 300 billion is going to magically do something the first 300 billion did not do. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Going live every day of 2026. Become a member. Throw in a super chat if you want. Become part of the best chat in the world.
cornucopia of talent.
We have a lot of talent.
They got a lot of young bucks.
About
so much good talent. So much. Unreal. Thank you for the laugh, Lone Wolf.
JD and Marco Rubio, and I think you like sort of...
Good. I like them together. It would be great. But I would think that JD and Marco as a team would be very hard to beat.
How's their
compare that
relationship?
to these low IQ people that we have on the other side. Gavin Newsom is an example. He said he's a stupid person. He said he's
dyslexic. He can't
he said
read.
That he's look. I'm not going to knock dyslexia because people have it, but it's not ideal if you're president.
Why boast about it?
Well,
it's not ideal if you're president. Well, true.
He can't read a speech. He said he can't read a speech. He cannot do it. He said he's a stupid person. But he said he's smarter than the people in the room. So that now they're going after it because it happened to be a black audience. It was the most incredible thing. He's smart. He said he's stupid, but he's smarter than the people in the room. I'll be honest, there's something wrong with him.
It looked really bad. It did. It looked really, really bad.
I'm not trying to impress you. I'm like you. I'm
no
better than you. I'm a 960 SAT guy. And I'm not trying to offend anyone, trying to act all there if you got 940.
Hey, yo, I'm just retarded like y'all are. I would assume, right? No, it's all right.
I cannot.
No,
You've never seen me read a speech because I cannot read a speech.
Because it happened to be a black audience. It was the most incredible thing. He said he's stupid, but he's smarter than the people in the room. I'll be honest, there's something wrong with him.
Something wrong with him. Yep. Not surprised. This is a wild game. This is something that you definitely don't want to play with your friends. Oh, I can't find that. If you could send that to me on my Discord, because there's like no way I could find it. I've been searching for it, and I don't know where it is. Unless it's on Instagram, but I don't know. And I can see it on Instagram too. Yeah, this is a game you don't want to play with friends. But these people didn't get the memo. snake is.
Yeah.
Unreal. Would you play that game? That's so scary, man. That is so scary, dude. Even like a little garden. The biggest type of snake I've ever held is a garden snake, man. I'm just now that I'm an adult, you know, I can probably figure out how to grab it without getting bit. But when you're young, you just don't know, and you see they're all fast and they don't have legs and they're moving around. It's so weird looking, right? James. Yeah, sometimes they hide your comment. Yeah, we don't. We're all about freedom of speech over here, y'all. We allow the rights and the lefts to come in here. Some say the rights and the wrongs, or the lefts and the wrongs. But yeah, that's unreal, man. I'm not playing that game, dude. No way. You can keep your snakes right where you have them. Just in, Israel launches strikes. All right. Let's see it.
So tonight, Lebanon's state news agency is reporting 6
W's in the chat for a woman who looks like a woman.
people have been killed in Israeli airstrikes. The Lebanese military issued evacuation warnings for 9.
My goodness.
Did anyone drop a super chat or become member yet?
Nope, not
Please
yet.
support this channel, drop a super chat, and become a member.
There you go. There, if you want.
Villages. The attacks come a day after Hezbollah terrorists rejected the latest ceasefire agreement between Israel and Lebanon. Correspondent Max Gordon is in Tel Aviv tonight.
A ceasefire agreement in effect between Israel and Lebanon, but conflict persists along the country's border after Hezbollah rejected the agreement.
They tell us time and time again that there is a ceasefire, but we keep seeing that it doesn't hold and doesn't exist. Like, a ceasefire here means nothing.
Israeli troops pushing farther into southern Lebanon than they have
Where's that guy from?
between Israel and Lebanon, but conflict persists along the country's border after Hezbollah rejected the agreement.
They tell us time and time again that
Okay, so this is probably Israel.
there's a ceasefire, but we keep seeing that it doesn't hold and doesn't exist. Like, a ceasefire here means nothing.
Israeli troops pushing farther into southern Lebanon than they have in 26 years to fight Hezbollah after the Iranian-backed terror group fired rockets into Israel. Over the past week, Israeli defense forces reported striking 650 Hezbollah targets and killing 125 Hezbollah fighters. Yesterday, a UN peacekeeper died and 2
Synchronized. May his soul rest in peace. My goodness.
others were injured in Lebanon after a mortar attack the IDF blamed on Hezbollah.
We reaffirm our support for efforts to end hostilities and urge all parties to respect the ceasefire, cease all attacks, and comply with international law at all times.
And I'm looking at the chat, wasn't laughing at the video, by the way.
Iran has tied the fighting in southern Lebanon to a potential peace deal with the U.S., saying the war will end only when it ends in Lebanon as well. Lebanon's president telling CNN about Iran's interference in the conflict.
And Lone Wolf jumping in the chat saying, I'm just as black as you, I'm stupid. Never mind, I can't read that one either.
Saying, quote, "You're not trying to
I guess he was quoting Gavin Newsom on that one.
help us. The people of Lebanon are paying the price for the sake of your own interest." And while Iran is pushing for Israel to retreat from southern Lebanon, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said today they don't intend to leave in the near future. Netanyahu says Israel will continue to maintain a so-called buffer zone in southern Lebanon and claims that Iran is looking to use Hezbollah for a potential invasion of Israeli territory.
There we go. Mad Beast King jumping on the chat saying, freedom of speech at what cost? Yeah, at what cost? Absolutely. Yeah, free and cost. Do they go together? You know, free is you don't have to pay, and then cost is you need to pay something. So freedom of speech at what cost? Well said. Well said. Yeah, this is a wild demolition going on over here. This is like everything at once.
Hezbollah targets and killing 125 Hezbollah.
And the reason that's so dangerous is when you hear something, it's already too late, right?
150 Hezbollah targets and killing.
Oh, jumping on the chat saying the latest ballot drop in California, 24,000, and Pratt did not get one vote. Looks like the feds are going to open an investigation. The Cali Demo craps. No, they're going to prison. Oh my goodness, man. Not one vote. There's so many people that are like openly supporting Pratt, right? Yeah, there you go. Yates Rams saying, how do you know what two political heads of countries are talking to each other? You don't know. You absolutely don't know. 100%. Yeah, Mad Bees King saying only Jesus can create peace. That's like saying, how do you fix what happened in slavery? How do you fix that? Good question. How do you fix that? Speaking about cats, we got the 5, a California cat fight. All right.
So it sounds like California's 2 biggest fat cats are clawing at each other. Check out this piece.
Biggest fat cats? Oh, yeah. We45 saying Cali liberals are rigging the election. Agree or disagree, chat?
Piece from the Wall Street Journal. Like,
all right, Unc. See you later, buddy.
2 cats circling Kamala Harris and Gavin Newsom weigh a 2028 showdown. They claim to be friends, but many expect a gloves-off brawl should the 2 decide to run for president. And one guy who's worked for both politicians says, quote,
there you go. McGee is saying the biggest embezzlers from the fire crusade. Yeah. Pacific Palisades fire. I think that's what they're talking about.
If they ever run in the same race, it will be a murder-suicide, God forbid.
How much better would the world be if both of them went to prison and they actually did something about this fraud that happens on the political level, if it's accurate and true that, you know, what's alleged. Yeah. If something happens to them, no one's going to want to commit fraud within politics, right? Like, I'm not going to become a politician and commit fraud and become super rich, monetarily rich, but yeah, no, come on. They're not going to do that. That's if they put him in jail, right?
But the Democrats' dark night might crack Gavin and Kamala's party.
Only way that you get to true gratitude is to be grateful for all of it.
The MAGA whisperer. But that's a good statement. The only way to appreciate gratitude is to appreciate it all the time, or whatever you said.
I'm grateful that I was a crack addict, and I don't say that with even the slightest bit.
Who is this guy? Oh, this is Hunter Biden?
Of irony or I get to approach you, and you get to see all of me. I've just broken down.
Oi says, if any politicians go to prison, hell would have frozen over. There you go, buddy. There you go.
Every barrier that you could possibly have to find a connection with me. That's beautiful.
Axios, no.
Dang, dude. Dang. You know what happened? He went to one of those recovery centers, and, you know, those hippies were talking to him and saying, like, all that type of stuff. And, like, oh, you got to be open and free. And oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. I don't know. I think people make mistakes, right? But you got to live in the moment and then try to figure out how to make the world a better place. I don't know. you know, because people can make weird correlations like, oh, he did all this bad stuff. If I do bad stuff, then my father can become president. You know, like, come on, man. I don't know. I just think there's a better message that can be shared.
Notes how Hunter is charming his conservative critics with his new X account, and the former first son is calling himself the MAGA Whisperer. So, Jessica, real quick, no notes.
TK at the Ritz. How you doing? How you doing?
You have to. You can only pick A, B, or C. Gavin Newsom, Kamala Harris, or Hunter Biden.
Gavin Newsom.
AJ Cotroneo says, I think all politicians should serve 2 terms, 1 in office and 1 in prison. There you go. There you go. We're going live every day of 2026. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, become a member, throw in a super chat if you want. And do you agree or disagree?
Really?
Yeah.
I'm good, brother. I'm good.
I get it. They're all terrible or whatever. Wouldn't you all make the same choice?
None of the above.
No,
that's not an option.
I'm Team Hunter all the way.
Okay. Well,
They didn't bring up that stuff in the White House. They didn't bring it up.
I'd love to hear that out.
Do you think Hunter Biden has a shot?
No, and I don't think Hunter Biden wants a shot. I think Hunter Biden is...
Who's this girl? How you doing? W's in the chat for a woman who actually looks like a woman. I gotta like this video just for that.
Is living freely, having conversations with whoever he wants. He's trolling a bit. He's defending his parents when he thinks that that's necessary. He's putting some conspiracies to rest. Like I liked his line about, of course, it wasn't my Coke in the White House. I'd never leave my drugs behind. And he's...
Oh my God, dude. He's saying this stuff, huh? Oh my goodness, dude. What is he wearing on his t-shirt? Oh my gosh.
In the YOLO phase of his life, well, I think the art is struggling a little bit.
Do you guys see what's on his t-shirt? I'll show you what's on his t-shirt right now, dude. He's wearing that. Come on, man, dude. Why are you wearing that? I don't know. Whenever you try to figure out the reason people do these things, I guess you might get discouraged or something.
So, Greg, he also had a pretty funny tweet the other day talking about how he wishes that people that superimposed a crack pipe in his mouth drew the proper crack pipe.
Yes, he's quibbling. Yeah, I think that's a minor detail, but I'm gonna
making jokes. Well, might as well, right?
do a full-throated defense of Hunter in this comparison of the other two.
Gavin,
already forgotten their
Kamala,
names. Hunter, number one, is the reverse of Platnner and the reverse of Gavin Newsom. We know everything about him. We've seen him at his worst. It's all out there, but Platnner, it just keeps unfolding, and we know nothing about Gavin Newsom. And there's no story of recovery, just covering up. That's what you have with those people. Platnner shouldn't be running for office. He should be running for rehab. He could be running for office because he can face the public. You got it all. You can see everything there. Also, let's talk about competence. This man raised millions and millions of dollars, worked all around the world while being a functioning crackhead. So, I thought I was a functioning drunk. Hats off to you, fella. It really is interesting that how addicts are supremely competent. And this is why when they get cleaned up, you have to give them a second chance. You cannot condemn Hunter Biden and still embrace RFK Jr. You can't shut the door on Hunter and open the door for RFK Jr. They were
great, valid points. Very, very valid points. But I think both of them are in completely different chapters in their lives, right? Or maybe it's just he's taken on a different position, which is better for him. I obviously hope the best for Mr. Hunter Biden.
We're not too different. They both had insane drug addictions. They both treated people pretty badly. They did crazy stuff while they were using. They had a family name. And like, I wasn't crazy about RFK Jr., but I liked his story.
Oh, AJ says the end of days is called the final trumpet. Is that a coincidence? I didn't catch that one. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Try to stay optimistic, I guess, right?
Story of redemption a lot.
And by the way, we're going live every day of 2026, so make sure you like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, become a member, throw in a super chat if you want.
And I think that with Hunter, I think, you know, he's truly sober. I don't think you can fake the story on gratitude the way he was talking. And there's one thing I know about him. He's not woke. Judging by his lifestyle, he's not woke, but he's got to deal with one thing, and that's the kid. You know, that should be the biggest. If you're sober and you're talking about gratitude, the biggest thing in your life is writing that thing.
Yeah. And he has a gun.
What's he talking about? His own child or something?
Enthusiast, which is a plus.
Until he's blaming it on an illegal.
Yeah, exactly.
Lone Wolf saying, I only see Democrats pushing legislation to sacrificing innocent little ones to that word. My goodness.
Kaylee, Gavin Newsom likes to now talk about California derangement syndrome.
That's absolutely accurate. Kat says they're giving out free needles and free Narcan in California. Yeah. And who's paying for that? Taxpayers.
And claims that it's Fox and Republicans who are tearing down his state that he's been governor of. When we're in a primary season here, and
is that Tammy?
Republicans have had nothing to do with the demise of California.
Nothing. It's passing the buck. It's completely wrong. He has been governor since January 7th, 2019. He has had 7 years to right the ship. And instead, he's blaming those beneath him. Oh, abdicating responsibility. It's the mayor. Well, Gavin, we know this. There was a public document from your own government that was given to you several years ago about a hospice fraud crisis. It was dozens and dozens of pages. It gave him a map showing hospice all on one street in California. He did nothing about it. That's just one example of many. You get to affordability, homelessness, poverty rates, migration, tax, education. California is behind on the pack. Yeah. But this is a murder-suicide. I love the way the Wall Street Journal framed that. And when you look at it, they compete on book sales, apparently. They compare numbers, Kamala and Gavin Newsom. Not only that, they talk about, when Joe Biden dropped out and Kamala tried to call Newsom to secure.
Debbie's in the chat for a woman that actually looks like a woman, right? Who brought that cat out?
His support, he tweeted back, hiking, will call back. And then when he said, no, wait, I did call you back, Kamala. You said I didn't call you back. I texted you back. She texted him on book tour, get back to you later. I mean, these are very snubby responses to one another. And then I'll just end with this. He didn't speak at the convention, and he cited a scheduling conflict. We are about to witness a murder-suicide on a debate stage in 2 short years in the Democratic Party. And the Dark Knight, not Hunter Biden. The Dark Knight is AOC. That Atlas Intel poll, I know it's an outlier, showing her as #1 in the primary pack. That's the Democrat to watch. It should scare every Republican, every independent. AOC is the Dark Knight.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full.
Say it, girl. Say it. Wait, saying most of the finance professionals are on cola. Why do you think we are in 40 billion in debt? That cola is not free. Why do you think we are in Venezuela and you thought it was oil? Oh, is that other type of oil, huh? That other type of oil. Could be. What do I know? My goodness. Ah. Oh, man. Everything this guy is doing is a disaster by Waters. Honestly, come on.
Fox News alert, 24 hours after girlfriends called him the most toxic, abusive man on earth, Graham Platner's back on the stump.
Wait. But how did those women treat him, right? Takes two to tango. Got to remember that. Not defending him or the women, but man, you ladies, you know, there's maybe you're a good one, but there's some bad ones out there. There's some bad ones. Talking to my 21% of subscribers, which happen to be females, amazing, smart, joining the best chat in the world. Speaking of, we're going live every day of 2026, so make sure you like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, become a member if you want, and throw in a super chat. Got David saying, God bless Republican. There we go. Oi says, someone says base brings back memories of a rotten fish.
He's in Maine tonight holding a rally ahead of Tuesday's primary, and his lead over Susan Collins just evaporated.
Tom Slick saying, Cali toilet bowl.
A new poll has him tied. Turns out a sexting nipple Nazi accused of roughing up his ex isn't winning too many hearts and minds in the Pine Tree State. Yesterday's bombshell may have blown up his campaign. One of his ex-girlfriends telling the New York Times that Platner physically abused her, twisting her arms behind her back, bruised.
What is he doing? Is he doing like a Zelensky thing over here? Is he acting? What's going on over here? Oh, is Cali Chica in the chat? I didn't even see Cali Chica. Yeah, where are you, Cali Chica?
And barricading her into a bedroom. Scam Platner says who
doing what to her?
The New York Times that Platner physically abused her, twisting her arms behind her back, bruising her, and barricading her into a bedroom. Scam Platner says, who, me?
Did that happen?
No, it did not. There are some allegations in this piece that I just want to be kind of unequivocal about are simply not true. Anything alleging physicality, anything alleging that I knew what my tattoo was, these are the statements of someone who's politically motivated.
You did not grab her by the wrist. You did not put your hands on her shoulders. You did not push her into a room that you closed the door on. She's lying about that, is what you're saying.
Yes, that is not true.
This Bernie bro's an ogre. He probably lives under a bridge. His ex-girlfriend says he fantasized about sodomy. Quote, he said this a lot. If anybody ever broke in here, I would rape them. Not in a gay way. The Nazi tattoo? She says he knew about it. He laughed about it. Called it my token cough. Platner says he can't be a Nazi. He danced at a Jewish wedding.
Did you know what this tattoo was about before last October when you said you first became aware of it?
No, I did not. And I also think it's important to note that it's very likely, and I think that she is that same source. She's the person who's been telling people this from the beginning. And I took my shirt off in front of my family, many of whom are Jewish. We even released as a campaign a video, which you're putting up on the screen right now, of me dancing at my brother's wedding to his wife, who is Jewish.
I'm sure his Jewish in-laws were thrilled when their new son-in-law's brother stripped down at the reception, pounded beers, and karaoke'd Miley.
All right, I had to see it. You guys got to see it. Allegedly, this is the tattoo that they're talking about. What is it, like a pregnant, one of those bald doggies or bald cats? I never heard of it, that being like any of those things. I don't know. Have you guys heard about that?
Cyrus. But no shirt, that's nipple on a good day. Usually he's sexting. Last week, P. Hustle denied it.
But the stories are true, right? About the texts?
No, this is the amazing part. The Wall Street Journal and the New York Times ran stories without...
Oi, jumping in the chat. I was waiting for somebody to say that. Saying he did all of that. Just remember, his girlfriend's safe word is more. There you go. Always, if you're practicing that type of stuff, always have a safe word, allegedly. There you go. All right.
Any evidence besides the gossip from a former staffer. I'm sorry. That's
Oh, it's a cover-up. Is that what the deal is? So previously there was a different one.
That's frankly journalistic malpractice. We pushed back on it. They won it. They did it anyways. So
are you confirming that the messages did not exist?
What's that?
The messages, they did not.
I'm confirming that what Genevieve McDonald said in the New York Times is not true.
Now, last night he said, yeah, I started sexting random chicks right after the honeymoon.
The first question is like, when did this stop? If it stopped, if there was stuff that you're not proud of that you worked out with your wife, you don't want to talk about the details, when did it stop?
Oh, it stopped when it was happening. I mean, like it was Amy and I, it happened soon after we got married, and we dealt with it very, very early in our relationship. And so that's when it stopped.
So what's next? Democrats are
How you doing, Anonymous? Good to see you.
holding their breath. One says there's only so many bricks the load can take. This guy keeps saying he's clean and another shoe drops.
All right, so maybe this is gonna work. I guess this is the original one.
I'm wondering, are there other
Let's see. Oops, how did I do that? Yeah. So that's the original one. Waffen Totenkopf. What does that even mean? Let's look it up. Like waffles. Waffen Totenkopf. Meaning. Death's head or skull. Skull and crossbones. Okay. The skull served as a reminder that members must be willing to sacrifice their lives for the community and demonstrate fearlessness and loyalty unto death. That part doesn't sound too bad. But there's some questionable things going on over here, so I can't really say too much about that. But there you go. There you go. So W's in the chat. We have the best chat in the world. Look at that. They knew it was a cover-up before I even knew it was a cover-up. So that's awesome. I love you. Just want to let you know I love you. You guys are the best. And girls. Amazing women. Brilliant women. The best women on earth. Unreal. Unreal. Totenkopf. Or whatever you name.
skeletons from your past that still may emerge in this race?
No.
But the GOP is going to dig up everything and more that they can.
If I didn't hear her speak, bro. If I didn't hear her speak. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, the nails kind of give it away. The nails do give it away. And the no mustache gives it away.
Can.
Yeah. And probably lie at some point. I mean,
Is there something new you want to get ahead of?
no.
People have to take you
She seems sweet.
at your word that that's true and that there's nothing else. Is that what you are saying?
Yes.
One of Platner's exes says the Times set her up. The reporters persuaded her to go on the record about getting manhandled by Graham, but then when she opened the paper, she asked the journalist, wait, where are the stories from the other women? Where are their accusations of sexual assault? Why am I the focus? There were a lot of allegations in the timepiece that didn't make it to print. More could be coming out soon. Platner's ex says she's connected to the two other exes, and they're deciding what to do next. They all feel betrayed by the Times. Looks kind of like a catch and kill. Behind the scenes, people are calling Janet Mills, telling her to get back in the race, just in case. The National Organization for Women, they're telling members to vote Mills over Platnner now. Primary's Tuesday, but the Nepo-Nazi says he's in it to win it.
At any point over the course of the past week,
Gab's getting some W's in the chat.
Have you considered dropping out of the race?
No, not once.
The Democrat machine's desperate. They whacked Swalwell, knowing the governor's race was safe and blew hands out there. But they need the Maine Senate seat, and they think Platner's their best shot. So they're giving him a perv pass.
He's up. He's been shot at. He's a veteran. All right? He's a little bit weird. Maybe.
Can't say that, chat. Lone Wolf, but
we need a combat veteran right on that Senate floor who is up. I don't know how to tell the New York Times this, but boy puts hand on girl's moves hand, boy walks away, rejected and despondent. It happens. If you committed a crime, didn't charge him, and then throw his ass in jail, but so far we have none of that.
CNN says the nipple's a saint compared to the rest of the chamber.
The morality of the Senate is something that I don't think will be brought down by the addition of Graham Platner. I believe, in fact, the morality...
Dang, that's a heavy one. You know, we were just talking about that with Newsom and who's the other lady? Kamala. Yeah, if they went to jail for the evil things they did, it would be a huge deterrent, and this guy is just rattling that can of worms.
The Senate will come up a notch by the addition of Graham.
I mean, you know.
Graham Platner's going to be the moral backbone of the Senate? This is about as bad as when Binder said Biden was running circles around her. They're treating us like idiots. You want to hear what else we found out about Platner? Guy's got a DUI conviction. He lost his license for a year, got into an accident, took a breath of...
We just saw that video of him. Like, of course, bro, he was running around inside of an establishment where everyone's wearing a t-shirt and he has no t-shirt. This guy is something else. He needs attention.
And then they took him in. We're working on the mugshot, don't worry. Did Kavanaugh ever have a DUI? They made him look like an alcoholic because he had a beer. They Me Too'd Franken for not even touching a woman. Now women are saying he bruised me, twisted my arm behind my back, yanked my wrist, locked me in a room overnight, and
What was the safe word? Oi, oi, what was...
Democrats are like, not credible.
Where I draw the line is if there are any credible allegations of abuse or assault or domestic violence. But the reason I'm supporting Graham Platner is because he's taking on the unfair and lopsided economy, saying that too few billionaires have a lot of the wealth and power and that we need to really stand for the working class.
So here's the new standard. You can be a raging drunk, drug-taking, sexting communist in therapy and on disability, whose ex-girlfriends say you're the worst person alive. But if you say the right thing about Trump, welcome to the Senate.
There you go. He was just wearing a sweater that says Dirigo, D-I-R-I-G-O.
Will you endorse?
And does anyone know what Dirigo means? No, not that one. Dirigo. How is it not? Oh, meaning. I guide or direct, the motto on the arms of the state of Maine. Oh, I see the reason I'm getting it. It could also mean I lead or I direct. Okay. It could be used to symbolize leadership. Dirigo. Is that Latin?
Endorse his campaign. I am convinced that he is running on all of the right issues for our country right now.
So why not say that you endorse him?
Yes, it is Latin. Dirigo.
He is on a pathway to victory in the state of Maine.
Democrats are thinking about one thing.
Yeah, look, everybody's wearing t-shirts except this dude right here. He's pulling some bald guy's head, or maybe a man who's got hair up
Power. They're telling everybody to back the angry Nazi perv, no matter what he's done. And if they don't, here comes the mob.
If you're a so-called liberal and you are feeding into the smear campaign, let me be clear, you are a f***ing traitor and...
Oh, man. If you're a member, you get to use emojis like this. I don't know why I'm putting it up there, but you get to use emojis like that. We're going live every day of 2026. Like, subscribe, notifications if you want. You know, throw in a super chat if you want.
And you don't give a about taking down MAGA. You understand that? You are a useful idiot for the fascist war criminal pedophile rapist that is Donald Trump.
ABC and NBC didn't even cover it last night, and it took CBS until the morning to air it. The machine needs Platnner to hang in there badly. He only needs to get to Tuesday, and then Maine Democrats will have about 4 weeks to either swap him out or bandage him up for November. The price is going to be steep. This is doing long-term damage to the Democrat brand, backing a Nazi-tattooed military contractor after literally running against fascism for 4 years. The Party of Women backing a guy accused of domestic abuse.
Fusiang, how you doing, buddy?
Finally, they found a straight, blue-collared looking guy who served...
Bunny says, most every woman with a septum ring should be dismissed and ignored before she even opens her mouth. There you go.
in the military to run as a Democrat. They are not going to let this guy go. They think if they dump him, they'll never win back men because they think this guy's cool to men. They think Platner's the kind of guy you want to have a beer with. And maybe you do. One beer. And then you get the heck out of there. Because everything this guy's done in his life's been a disaster.
Waffle Jackson. If a septum ring is detected, then opinion is rejected. Bam! Dropping some hot ones.
Everywhere he goes, people get hurt. And Democrats, they're next. Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now.
That's recording because he's got a different suit. All right. There's got to be some better frames in here, man. They look happy together. Is that the same dude? They look happy. Wild, man. What is going on? What actually is going on? From Greg Gutfield, being authentic isn't something you learn. I don't know if I could agree with that. I think you do learn that. I think you do learn that. Or you can at least, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I agree. Screw basketball. Let's.
John jumping in the chat saying, septum rhymes with rectum. Oh, he says, define a fascist. Every politician.
welcome tonight's guests. He looks like the guy who rolls up his car window when he starts singing to rap music. Co-host of Fox and Friends First, Todd Pyro. He's considered to be among the top political commentators. In the bio, he wrote himself. Host of the Rubin Report, Dave Rubin. You may recognize him from his appearances.
Bunny jumping in the chat saying being authentic comes with wisdom and not willing to go along, to get along. There you go. Forming your own path if your path is not before you. Being afraid of becoming a trailblazer? Nope, not afraid. Just blaze your own trail. Bring your Sith, cut that dry grass, and find your own path right there. There you go. And what was it? Chris Rock, he said, follow your dreams as long as they pay well.
On cops. Comedian Sherrod Small. And And even the Hatfields and the McCoys steer clear of her. Co-host of the Bottom Line of Fox Business, Megan McDowell. All right, before we get to some news stories, let's do this.
Greg's Leftovers.
Yeah, it's Leftovers, where I read the jokes we didn't use this week, and as always, it's my first time reading them. So if they suck, we'll send Joe Mackey to Graham Platner's house dressed up as a Jewish cat burglar. A damning new report featured accounts from Platner's ex-girlfriends detailing allegations of rape fantasies, heavy drinking, and violent behavior. Platner's allies worry that these revelations will do irreparable damage to the reputation of Nazis. One of Platner's exes said he'd boast if anyone broke into his home that he'd rape them, but not in a gay way. And we just received word that police nabbed a man trying to break into Graham Platner's home.
Oh, boy. Felt that coming.
Of course, Democrats are worried that this Nazi-tattooed candidate might have to drop out, which thankfully is another race a Nazi won't finish.
Oh, double entendre right there, buddy.
Architecture critics are complaining that the new Obama Presidential Library has no windows. They say it makes it impossible to jump.
Oh, man.
The feds busted a romance scam where con men from Africa tricked lonely old women out of $15 million. So I guess Obama does have a hobby after leaving the White House. Earlier this week, Hunter Biden said that the cocaine found at the White House in 2023 was definitely not his. And he added, "If I'm lying, may God strike me with a giant bag of cocaine." President Trump showed reporters remodeling plans for the 2,000-foot-long Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. Look at that. Now compare that to the renderings of the new Joe Biden reflecting pool.
Oh, my God. He's got some good ones. All right.
You can see your reflection. A former corrections officer testified she was not the orange figure seen near Jeffrey Epstein's cell the night he died. Now suspicions shift to this New York Knicks superfan.
Oh, man. It's hard to say anything about that.
As part of a brand upgrade, McDonald's will introduce a drive-thru assistant called Archie. Meanwhile, Waffle House is introducing a new drive-thru assistant called Stabby.
I knew it.
Find an effective biological weapon the U.S. Army experimented with killer mosquitoes in the 1970s. Most of them died, though, after drinking blood from this man.
Thank you for the chat, David. Appreciate it, buddy. But we try to stay neutral, man. We try to stay right in the middle, right in the center, man. Everybody's welcome over here. And, yeah, we're going live every day of 2026, so make sure you like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, become a member, throw in a super chat if you want, and join in on the best chat in the world.
Thieves stole at least $40,000 worth of Pokemon cards from a New Jersey trading card store. Police are describing the thieves as armed, dangerous, and very unlikely to get laid. Democrat lawmakers are complaining that employers are not providing paid leave for women on their periods. Also complaining, the male employees. Thank you.
Good recovery.
Thank you. And finally, Nevada police rescued nearly 500 roosters in a cockfighting bust. Not since Don Lemon's cell phone got hacked have we seen this many angry cocks.
That's a wild one.
All right.
Speaking of that, I got an awesome emoji. Or not emoji, but a meme I got to show you. You guys can steal this meme if you want. This is a good one.
So according to the Atlantic magazine, Democrats need men, which makes sense. They've been saying men suck for years, treating every opinion we have like it was a take from Ted Bundy. So what did men do? We left. And now the Dems are scared. So what's their solution? Well, instead of purging their anti-male bias, it's yet more make-believe. In this case, pretend to talk sports. Because men like sports, and if you pretend to like sports, men might like you too. Because we're stupid like that. Now, how are you going to do this, Dems, when you've been calling sports and fitness a form of racial oppression? Hell, Al Sharpton just compared the UFC to slavery, which is crazy. I never got a boner watching Roots.
Yes, you did.
You guys ever see this? This is another double entendre that I thought was probably one of the funniest things in the world. Oh, it's not there. Why is it not popping up? Oh, it is there. Yeah, you can see it. You guys know what that is? Let me know if you know what that is. Come on, chat. You gotta let me know. Winner gets something. Winner gets something. Winner gets something. Oh, don't show it. Don't show it. All right, you guys. I'm gonna try to make it large without showing you what it is. Oh. Guess. That's close, Alec. Oh, somebody's got it in the chat. Somebody's got it in chat. That is absolutely grilled chicken. First time I saw that, I was crying laughing. I'd never seen a meme as funny, dude. Oh my god, bro.
But
yes, you did.
But I guess that means you leftists are going to have to study up on sports. So when someone mentions a sack, you don't immediately think of Dylan Mulvaney's crotch. After all, in sports, stealing home isn't just for squatters. And an assist isn't something you remove off your pasty ass. But sadly, the Atlantic piece views sports only through a political lens, suggesting that politicians should express strong sports opinions because it shows that you have backbone. But that's not why guys are into sports. It's not to prove anything to anyone. We just like it. But the fact that they need an article to tell them to sound authentic says it all. Being authentic isn't something you learn, it's something you are. But the Dems always rely on deception. Instead of representing all people, they create appeasement signals for special groups. That's how you end up with things like the drag queen story hour, or telling people that fat is healthy until they bury you in a piano case, or saying that ugly people can be models and dementia patients can be presidents. This is something we avoid doing. Imagine if we tried to attract women by discussing the importance of throw pillows and elbow cream. We do the opposite. We don't people please, which is why women know that the real guys are over here. Fact is, a liberal male already has a sport. It's politics. To him, AOC is Wayne Gretzky, Gavin Newsom is Tom Brady, and Hillary Clinton is O.J. Simpson.
Dude, this guy just gets in there, bro.
It's no wonder that instead of having clear ideas, you have special days, murals, and months to appease anybody who might be aggrieved. But why not instead just look at people as individuals and be honest with them? Tell them the hard truth once in a while, like when my uncle sat me down and said, Greg, you'll never make the NBA unless you improve your assist to turnover ratio. I didn't write that. Because just like Joy Behar can smell a Buffalo Wild Wings opening, voters can smell a phony a mile away. So what the Atlantic is really admitting is that they no longer know anyone normal. You know, the people in cars that they block as they try to get to work. Or else they know sports transcends politics. I mean, look at the courtside seats at these Knicks games. You got half of Hollywood cheering on the guys.
Oh, that made me look a little longer, but W's in the chat for I guess a few girls looking like girls. There you go.
They used to stuff them into a locker in high school. And really, if you want guys, Democrats, maybe don't put them in women's sports. That's a given. No real man is for that. But if your party needs a massive article to explain how guys talk to each other, you already lost the game. And chances are there won't be any tampons in the locker room to dry your tears. All right.
Tampons in the locker room.
Todd, you're an extremely unathletic feminine man.
100%.
Are you the exception that...
Hold on, Hughes jumping in the chat saying liberal men are on women's swim teams. Never thought about it. I don't even know. Yeah, never thought about it, bro. That's so wild. So take that little argument as a slippery slope. So that means if one liberal man is on a woman's swim team and wants to beat them, then all liberal men want to beat women. No, that's an example of a slippery slope. That's not accurate. Just making a joke.
That proves the rule.
Stop it. First of all, before I get to my point, I was first team all-conference in soccer. Colonial Hills Conference, Verona, New Jersey, 1995. I can play ball.
Yeah, buddy.
Captain of 2 sports in high school.
What was the other sport?
Tennis, but I literally was... This is not a joke. I was selected to be captain of this tennis team, not because I'm good at tennis, but because I'm a leader. Like, I'm that bad at anyway, I'm really good at soccer. Can I make my point?
Soccer and tennis.
Yes.
That's the sports we let our daughters play.
Proving Greg's point. Hi, Greg.
Hi.
Happy Friday.
Yeah.
Look, to me, this is further evidence that the modern progressive left, Democrat left, whatever you want to call it, does not pick their candidates organically. It's not like there's some dude who says, like it used to be, there's a problem I need to fix. I'm going to run for office. No, they're picked by the far left establishment, and that's why these people come off as so inauthentic. Whether it's like Elizabeth Warren, I drink beer, or Bill de Blasio, this pizza thing that I hear so much about is good, or this latest example. And it really does.
Jeb Common jumping in the chat saying Democrats, pro-abortions, pro-pushing LGBTQ blah, 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 onto children, drag queen story hour for kindergartners. Those are all bad things. I don't care who you are, left, right, up, down. Those are bad things. Bad, bad, bad. And how can they be fixed? Liberal men is an oxymoron. Jay Hansen jumping in on the chat.
Underscore the problem for the rest of us, because these are the people that are supposed to represent us, but they don't feel the same things that we as normal Americans feel. Like, we like sports, we like beer, we like pizza. And
You're such a dude.
I am a dude. Like, I have no problem. I love to frat out. I love to do that. And that's why frat out, it's an expression.
That sounded pretty gay.
All right.
No, I get it. I love to frat out too. Bunch of us guys will take our shirts off.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll go into we'll find like a sauna. Maybe, put on a really short towel because we want to get really sweaty.
Yes, we frat out. Frat all over me.
All right. If I may proceed, Mr. Gutfeld.
You are burning up time here.
And that's why. But that's why those interactions that they're forced to do always feel so awkward and disingenuous. And speaking of forced, disingenuous, really awkward.
That was a really cool thing he just said. You're burning up time here, because he said, "Can I continue?" Very kind and a very cool way to encourage someone to continue their thought process.
Interactions that they're forced. All right. If I may proceed, Mr. Gutfeld.
You are burning up time here.
And that's why. But that's why.
That's really cool. That's really cool. So like what he's saying is like while he's talking to him, he's wasting his time when he can talk to whoever he wants to talk to.
Those interactions that they're forced to do always feel so awkward and disingenuous. And speaking of forced, disingenuous, really awkward. Red meat with Todd Pyro. Wow, that's the second time that failed. Yeah, I thought there'd be something with the audience.
Stop. You've dug a hole too deep.
Is that a double entendre, red meat? Is that what's going on over there? I don't understand that. Like as in the food and then the political affiliation? No. Okay.
Failed.
Yeah,
I thought there'd be something with the audience.
Stop. You've dug a hole too deep for anyone to get out of.
Wait, that sounded like a gay joke too.
Yes.
The red meat?
By the way, can I just read you the title of the article?
Yes.
Democrats must learn to talk sports. Is that the best?
I'm with you, young people.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. Look, this is the obvious end of everything they've thrown at us for 10 years. They did not know what a woman was.
Yeah.
And now they're wondering why they can't get men. There are some men that are looking down and they're going, I have a penis, I must be a man.
Yeah.
So I'm not interested in your switcheroo of the gender thing. Everything they've done is to confuse people and get us all on our back heel. I don't think people really care for the Democrats very much.
No, I think you're right. You know, Sherrod, you're black.
Only on paperwork.
Only on paperwork.
Crowd loves me.
Don't you? Wouldn't you find it insulting if this was something like Democrats must learn to talk to blacks?
Yeah, well, one day they'll do that. I think this is just it's bad if you think you got to go all the way out here to do this kind of thing just to win people over. Because they see the phony coming in. We can see that from a mile away.
Yeah.
And you don't never bounce around ball in your life.
Yeah.
Or you just play tennis and soccer.
There you go. What's that called? It's I forgot the name of that one, but yeah, there you go. Oi oi, jumping on the chat saying anyone that disagrees with Trump's agenda is noise. Only one chief, Indians. There's only one chief in charge. That is POTUS, Donald Trump.
For love.
It's a callback. That's what it's called.
Well, you can even make just a stat sound like a heckle.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a gift. It's a gift, Greg. But it just seems
Behavior, gender.
phony baloney. It's like, just be real, people. You can see somebody trying to pretend to be into what you into. It's like when you're dating a girl. She's like, oh, I love the Yankees too. It's like, name a player.
Yeah, exactly. That you
It's
haven't
like-
slept with.
That's right. He says Bucky Dent. Yeah, it's just this.
How old are the girls you're dating? Like 78? What's going on?
That's my demographic. They're mature.
The late Bucky Dent that you're
The late
referencing.
Bucky.
No, is he dead?
He's since passed.
Is he dead?
Let's look it up.
How could somebody named Bucky ever die? Dagan?
In my heart, never.
Yes. What do you make of this story and how pathetic it is and how sad and silly the writer is?
Well, I'm thrown off because I've never sat at this angle, and Todd looks exactly like Gavin Newsom, and he sits like him too.
And the hands? What about the hands?
Wow.
Yeah, that wasn't meant as a compliment.
Aw.
I do want them to work.
Thank you, Hugh. Yeah, we got the best chat in the world. So make sure you all like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, become a member, throw in a super chat if you want. And Hugh knows we got the best chat in the world.
This on other demographics. I want them to approach middle-aged women with the same logic. Say,
Yeah, it seems like AJ is correct there, buddy. Can't really say all those words, but I think so.
go after the kind of menopause woman.
Yes.
And have James Tallarico come on like a podcast and talk about how his estrogen patches have alleviated his vaginal dryness and,
We've all been there.
Oh my.
discomfort during sexual intercourse.
Jesus.
And has your crepey, thin skin, is it a little more supple now, James? Tell us all about it.
Tara, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm in for them.
I thought you was going to say Antiques Roadshow or something. I didn't know you was going to go that deep into it.
This is a huge problem.
All right.
You know what? Hormone replacement therapy is the way forward.
Really? Well, I didn't see this going in this direction.
Yeah, man, if you had a vaginal dryness sponsor, this would be a great place to throw to a
You know, there's still time. We're taping this show early. I could make some calls. You'll see a banner come up right here. Are you feeling dry? All right.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
She
for all
started
the
that.
Fox
She
News
started that.
latest
So
on-
he's just running with it. He's just running with it. That's pretty funny. Yeah, what a wild time. This dude, Hunter Biden's cousin. Maybe not. That's right. That's right. American Pride. American Pride. Happy American Pride Month. American Pride. GOP rejects efforts to extinguish Trump's $1.8 billion fund. All right.
And I voted nay.
At the start of the vote-a-rama, Senate Republicans rejected a Democrat-led effort to formally shut down President Donald Trump's so-called anti-weaponization fund.
Trump says ripping
Obama scare.
Americans off to give kickbacks to convicted criminals who beat police officers to death on January 6th is a beautiful thing. Trump's slush fund is anything but beautiful.
Democratic leader Chuck Schumer unsuccessfully led the charge.
On this vote, the yeas are 49, the nays are 50, and the motion to commit is not agreed to.
3 Republicans crossed party lines in that vote. Some Republicans want the proposed $1.8 billion fund shut down, including retiring GOP Senator Tom Tillis, who also made a push to end the fund Thursday.
I asked for support.
The chamber blocked that too.
So I don't know why we just don't codify it so Democrats are not raising the speculation.
That's a big problem. Embrace Madness jumping in on the chat. Huge problem. Absolutely. Might need to be fixed before anything else, saying USA is the only country in the world where you can go bankrupt for getting sick. Gotta fix that first. That's not cool, you know. Not good. If someone needs help, get the help they need to be healthy, right?
That it come back at some point.
Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche told lawmakers earlier in the week that the Trump administration is not moving forward with the fund, but Democrats have expressed wariness over that claim.
And it won't die until we permanently ban it by law, not by language, not by verbal promises, which can...
If you're mad at me for saying it's wrong for people to go bankrupt for getting sick, have a good one, man. I don't care who you are. There's humans, and we are all humans. All this is not so good, like, to argue about, like, red and blue and those types of things. What's most important in life is the Lord, family, and humans, like people, like, absolutely. So yeah, just take that into consideration if you want. You know, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want, but I'll stand behind that. Like, I don't think anyone should ever go into debt for being sick or ill, you know, or hungry, you know. Like, those basic human rights, those are very important.
Can just evaporate, but by law.
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
On the amendment I will offer.
Reporting. All right. I don't even know what's going to happen on this one. I have no idea. I'm sorry.
One big question in Washington this week: could President Trump's tapping of FHFA Director Bill Pulte as acting director...
Tapping? What? FHFA Director Bill Pulte. Okay.
Bill Pulte as acting director of national intelligence ultimately lead to some government spy powers going dark?
And it's an acting position. It's not a permanent. He's not going to be permanent because, I don't think he'd want to be permanent. He's a very smart guy, and he may find out some things about the rigged elections, et cetera, et cetera. I think he'd like to do it.
But there's been bipartisan pushback against Pulte. And early Friday on the Senate floor, that led to the failing of a procedural vote on a bill that would extend authorization of Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, warrantless spying that the administration says is crucial for national security. So here's what we heard about FISA and Pulte on Balance of Power this week.
We need to extend this. If we don't have this FISA authority, we make our country, our citizens, our visitors vulnerable to these terrorist attacks.
Absolutely no interest in granting this administration more power when
like those statements can go both ways. Terrorists to who? Like the people that are getting spied on? Like they view that as a terrorist attack? Or the people spying because they view those people as a terrorist until proven innocent, right? Interesting how sometimes these politicians can say, certain things and maybe mean another thing, right? And how a lot of things can get lost in translation.
And it's already abused the power it has so grotesquely.
I have two concerns about this very powerful surveillance tool and the ways in which it has misused in the past. Kash Patel and Bill Pulte. What Bill Pulte has demonstrated in his role leading the country's mortgage agencies is a willingness to use non-public mortgage information to try and go after President Trump's perceived political enemies. That's not the sort of person with that sort of record who should be leading our nation's intelligence services.
It is important that we understand this is a temporary appointment.
He's absolutely not qualified for this, and in his current role, he has simply just carried out the president's agenda against political enemies, and that's what he's expected to do in his intelligence role.
I don't see any background in intelligence. I think you've already seen a lot of dissension now in the Senate. I thought it was a little bit of an unorthodox choice.
Traveler taking some shots at the magats, saying in the U.S. we allow our brain extinguished people to live. They're known as magats. There you go, buddy. Dropping some heat in the chat, dude. Tell me how you really feel. Tell me how you really feel. All right, this is a weird one. This is a super weird one here. I have no idea where this is going to go either. Senate passes $70 billion immigration enforcement bill. Alrighty.
We begin this half hour with news making headlines on Capitol Hill. After an all-night session, the Senate passed a massive immigration enforcement bill that moves President Trump a step closer to a major legislative victory. It stepsides two of the most controversial fights that threaten to derail it. 17's Washington correspondent Rashad Hudson has more.
The vote didn't come until after sunrise Friday morning, and after months of infighting, it funds immigration efforts for
That's so sad, Waffle Jackson. So sad.
the next 3 years. That's through the rest of President Trump's term, and they were able to do so by removing some of the biggest political landmines along the way. After a 20-hour voting marathon,
this bill, as amended, is passed.
Senate Republicans finally muscled through a $70 billion immigration enforcement package.
Good point. Tammy Pierce jumping in the chat saying, if U.S. healthcare is so bad, why do so many come to the U.S. for healthcare? Got to be doing some things right over there, right?
Almost 19 hours later, we're actually going to talk about the bill and what's in it.
The bill provides funding for ICE.
There you go. Oi jumping in the chat saying most pollutions and Democrats go both ways. Why do you think we have 40 trillion in debt and massive spreading of disease? Yeah. Yeah. I don't think anyone's going to disagree with you. The good thing is we can laugh about it, but it would be great if we can fix that. That would be the best thing, right?
ICE, Border Patrol, detention operations, and other immigration priorities.
Do you think it's a good idea to fund federal law enforcement?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
The final vote followed
Let's
days
do
of
it.
Republican infighting over a controversial Justice Department compensation fund. The DOJ says it'll no longer pay people who claim the government wrongfully targeted them.
We've discussed this ad nauseum for hours.
Democrats and some Republicans each tried different ways to block the idea permanently.
That is not accountability. That is a permission slip.
This is an opportunity for us to put it to bed.
Lawmakers also removed another flashpoint before the bill reached the floor: federal funding related to President Trump's proposed White House ballroom.
We think it's a terrible idea to overshadow the White House with a monument appropriate to Louis XIV.
The bill now heads to the House, where Republican leaders say they will move quickly on it to get it to the president's desk.
Yeah. Get it to his desk. And we got a direct tangent about the ballroom happening right here, so let's see what's going on. Is it going to be built sooner than later? Great picture right there, buddy.
The U.S. Appeals Court's expected to hear arguments over construction for President Trump's White House ballroom. The Trump administration is asking the court to throw out a judge's order to halt construction. In late March, that lower court ruled that Trump went beyond his authority in building the ballroom since Congress hasn't authorized it. The administration has argued that the project overall is essential to national security and that the plaintiffs lack the standing to bring the case to begin with. White House correspondent Karen Travers is following that case closely for us. So, Karen, what's the latest on this lawsuit?
W's in the chat for women who look like women. All right.
Well, the president overnight was attacking a woman who had supported this lawsuit with a declaration, but she actually wasn't the plaintiff in the lawsuit. Still, he is going after this lawsuit, saying it is without merit and that the people who have filed this, the National Trust for Historic Preservation, do not have standing here. The administration today is arguing before this three-judge.
Come on, Rob Davidson. Are you serious? Rob Davidson says LA mayor votes are in Biden to be mayor with 81 million votes counted. 81. I wouldn't be surprised if he got more votes than there are people that have ever existed on Earth. But are you serious? Is that really what happened?
Judge panel that they have the right to do this, that the case should move forward because of a national security issue, that this goes beyond just the ballroom that the president wants to build, and that this ruling in late July that the president had gone beyond his own authority because Congress had not authorized it, of course, should not go forward. So now the Justice Department has been pointing to the recent shootings, the one that was at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, the shooting that was here near the White House just a couple of weeks ago, to say that there is a security issue and that it's not just about trying to build an event space at the White House, but that this facility will also have a national security impact, talking about things like medical facilities, the bomb shelters, a hospital, as the president has talked about, as well as things built on top to secure this entire complex here at the White House. Diane?
And Karen, while this is all happening, President Trump is also announcing this new project to connect the Lincoln Memorial to the Potomac River. Where does that stand?
This was a new one announced by the president yesterday. He is saying that they're planning a promenade on the other side of the Lincoln Memorial, the less famous side of the Lincoln Memorial. Everybody knows the steps that face the reflecting pool. The other side of the Lincoln Memorial actually faces Memorial Bridge and the Potomac River. And the president says he wants to build a promenade there, connecting the memorial to the Potomac River so that people have a place to stand and look at the arch that he intends to build on the other side of the river in Virginia.
There you go. What a special moment, right? What a good place to put the arch too, right? Bring some Parisian vibes over there. So the current status, Karen Bass is still mayor and has advanced to the November runoff. She did not clear 50%, so Los Angeles gets a general election runoff on November 3rd, 2026. So she survived the first round, but she did not crush it. I guess the real story is whether LA gives her a weird outsider fight with Spencer Pratt or a progressive policy fight with Nitya Raman. Cranky says base will win. Alex says election fraud. Cat says if base wins, it's only by cheating. Oh, Embrace jumping in on the chat. There you go.
Virginia. It's not clear how this is going to work, what this would look like. There is a road that actually goes there where traffic goes over the bridge. But Diane, it's just the latest in the president's big renovations and projects here in Washington. The ballroom, of course, and the destruction of the East Wing, the arch that he does want to build over there by Arlington Cemetery, and numerous projects throughout the city as the city and the country get ready for the 250th birthday coming up in just a couple of weeks. There have been fountains repaired and, of course, the reflecting pool that the president likes to talk about that has been emptied, repainted blue on the bottom, and is now being filled back up with water.
Blue because he loves both sides, the reds, the blues. Right? Allegedly. Pretty cool little hype story going on over there. Change the mood a little bit.
Begin with the ceasefire with the Iran on rocky ground tonight.
W's in the chat for a woman who looks like a woman.
Ryan Smith at the live desk to break down the latest reported violation. And Ryan, again, this all centers around the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, that's right, Dee Dee. Tonight, the U.S. military saying it shot down at least 4 Iranian one-way attack drones that were launched toward the Strait of Hormuz. This latest incident, of course, just the latest test to that tenuous ceasefire. According here to U.S. Central Command tonight, quote, U.S. forces subsequently struck Iranian coastal surveillance radar sites to defend against further attacks. Also tonight, we are now hearing directly from the senior military advisor to Iran's new supreme leader. He described the state of negotiations tonight as, quote, deadlocked, and had this message for President Trump.
Mr. Trump must make decisions independently of Israel. He must give what is the rights of the Iranian people and stop the blockade. Release our frozen assets. And this can be a new horizon for the future of Iran.
Just by that, it seems like Iran is under some pressure, right? It doesn't seem like he's got the upper hand. It seems like he's on the defensive, on his back foot. He's moving away from confrontation.
Iran and America.
Reopening the Strait of Hormuz and constraining Iran's nuclear program, those two remain key points moving forward in the ongoing negotiations for the U.S.
He says Trump should name the ballroom Trump's ballroom. Since he is the only president since Washington that has cojones. There you go.
Tonight, Russia's President Vladimir Putin saying he sees no sense in meeting with Ukraine's President Zelensky.
Yeah, they were supposed to meet, man. That's so wild. So wild. Putin sees no sense in that. He probably sees danger, right? Would you go ahead and have a meeting with the head of the country who you're at war with? I guess maybe that's the way to find peace, right? To be like, hey, what are you mad at? Okay, well, I'm mad at this. Can we fix it? Yes. No. All right. Yes, it's fixed. No. Okay, fight a little bit more until it's done. I guess, right? I don't know. No need to make it difficult.
Face to face. And addressing Russian soldiers in Ukraine, Putin urging them, keep working, brothers, to applause from a hall of senior Russian officials. President Trump had encouraged a meeting, and his representative here in Russia was sitting in the front row.
I do give a good hello from your friend, President Trump.
Earlier, speaking to NBC News. Do you think you're making progress with potential for peace in Ukraine?
One is always hopeful.
But in a long, open...
One is always hopeful. There you go. Keep that optimism, buddy.
Letter, Zelensky told Putin war was Putin's personal choice and suggested Putin's existence was threatened if it continued. A letter the Russian leader called rude.
How long can Russia keep fighting?
Until the goals of the special military operation are accomplished, Russia's deputy prime minister told us tonight. Despite all this, President Putin's envoy tells NBC News he's still talking to the Trump administration and predicts progress.
We thank you for watching.
And predicts progress. There you go. From NBC News, direct. All right. We always like to inspire on this channel as well, a little bit. And if you're ever in a cold place and you need to stay warm, haha.
This is the oldest surviving.
Do we have something for you? That's ice right there. Nothing but ice. Check this out.
Footage of an Inuit constructing an igloo. If you're ever caught in a blizzard, you have minutes to find shelter, or you die on the side of the hill. The slope acts as a natural windbreak against the lethal Arctic wind. He probes the snow with his spear to find building-grade snow. He needs snow-packed, dense enough to be a brick. Before cutting, he licks his walrus porphyry knife, instantly glazing it with a layer of slick ice. This turns the blade into a razor-sharp glass cutter for perfect blocks. Blocks are cut into rectangular shapes and stacked in a continuous upward spiral and inward-leaning dome shape. As the man does the heavy lifting of stacking the ice block.
So wild that just a little bit of liquid can make that blade super duper sharp. So awesome, man. So awesome. And also, you're working with the coldest of cold of cold of cold to create warmth. And just think about that as far as those people who are drinking too much haterade, you know? Drinking a lot of haterade, no worries, no worries. How do you find warmth within those situations too, right?
Nyla and Cuneo chink every seam and gap with fresh snow so the wind doesn't get in. The children also helped.
That's good. Children should always help, you know. Find a way to help and be productive, but also have fun. Not like where they're not having fun with helping or whatever. Like, kind of make it fun. You're hanging out, you know, like, because that's the reality of life. I have to work, you have to work, everybody has to work, man. We have to survive. Teach them young to enjoy the process and to be able to follow their dreams if possible.
Now there's only one thing missing, a slab of clear lake ice that acts as the window.
What? They're making a window out of... They took that out of a lake? Come on, dude. What in the world?
The children also helped.
Alright, little doggos. That's so cool. Dude, that guy is like cutting ice with a pick. Ice pick.
Now there's only one thing missing.
And there's water underneath.
A slab of clear lake ice that acts as the window.
Oh, I guess there's layers of ice. Okay. Oh my god, dude. Come on, dude. That's incredible, bro. He's making a window out of ice. Like, dude. How creative are you? You have to be so creative to even be able to do this stuff. Unreal W's for these people, man.
The inside, the wife cleans her brand new ice window. Then the man stands a massive square block of snow upright next to the window. It acts as a natural mirror, reflecting the pale Arctic sun directly into the heart of the home. Within the
He made a heater with another piece of ice? Is that what he's saying?
The igloo is complete. He puts the entrance block on, sealing every seam with powdered snow to trap the heat, but leaves one tiny hole for ventilation. Inside, Snow slowly melts in a stone pot. This is the only way to stay hydrated without freezing your core, but the temperature must stay below freezing, so the walls don't melt. They truly live in a delicate balance.
Yeah. I'll interview them first. Oi, oi. Just in case they need any help, I'm just a good Samaritan, you know, happy to help, whatever you need help with. I donate my time quite often.
Staying just cold enough to survive.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's so amazing how these people are staying warm in these certain situations, right? It's just unreal. Oh man. So surprising. Oh, they changed the website. That's what happened. All right. I see what's going on. Oh, there it is. You know, sometimes like you have like this, you got to be like you got to be kind of cool to find like the girl, you know, you're like, you need to be cool. That's like your idea or what you've been believing. But what you really need to be is you got to be yourself. I think that's really what you got to be. And you got to be happy with being yourself too. That's super important. And here's an example of somebody who's just being themselves and having fun. And that's so important. So important. Let's see if this is a W. Dude's just walking wide stepped on that one.
It looks like caviar. Stop! I'm so sorry. He thinks he's going to sit down.
I guess it's just like loosen up the moment, right? Like sometimes you have to act like a child that just does not listen and just keeps on doing that thing, but not hurting anyone really, just maybe hurting somebody's ego.
I'm sorry. Stop it! Stop! You're embarrassing me.
Oh my gosh, LA, I have to poop so badly. So badly I have to poop.
Oh, so you say you need to poop? You need to go potty? You need to go poo-poo? You need to go poo-poo? Come on, Channing, if you have to doo-doo, don't be embarrassed. We can find a worker. Can I get a worker over here? Where's the nearest bathroom? My wife needs the bathroom. Channing, IBS is completely normal.
Oh, not the closet again. Baby, please.
Well, just please. Please, I don't want to go in the closet later. Baby, stop running.
Perfect example of gaslighting the love of your life in a public place right there.
Someone give me a fire extinguisher. My girlfriend is on fire, if you know what I mean. Woo!
Dang, look how
somebody had hot sauce.
Good she looks today.
I have to poop. Really badly.
He said it like nonchalantly, but very clearly to make sure everyone heard. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. I love you. The Lord loves you. We're going live every single day of 2026. Let's end this poll. Get the results going on right now. And we're going to see you next time. So the question was, should the Fed cut interest rates now? Number one is first placed. I don't trust the Fed either way, 40%. Number two is yes, save borrowers money at 28%. 3 is no, inflation could come back and just hurt us, 24%. And small cut only 8%. Yeah. That's a hard poll right there, man. That was at 210. But yeah. I love you. The Lord loves you. And if you guys want to continue this, there's always the Discord. You can jump in on that Discord. And I will see you tomorrow. All right, y'all. Until next time, take care. And if those people keep on, saying mean stuff to you, just let that hate roll off of your back like water rolls off of a duck's back.